be looking at a child support hearing. In the first hearing is a mother who is behind on her child support payments. I guess between the both of them, they pay child support. She does make arrangements to pay, but she talks about a case that is like crazy. Like, I have no idea what the mother is up to in her spare time, but she needs to definitely choose positive activities that will, at the very least, encourage her to pay. In the second hearing, it seems like this father has been switching jobs, but it's like he's switching jobs so often that the system isn't able to do what it does, because then he goes to another job. There's this reoccurring theme where he kind of puts it on his job to take out the money from his paycheck, even though he could receive his paycheck, put a certain amount to the side, and go ahead and just mail it off or whatever you do. Put it on a card, whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe.
All right. Mr. Howe, anything you wanted to say?
Yeah. Why is their child support so low? Because I pay like $200 a month, $300 a month for one kid.
I don't know. This is a hearing to determine why it's not being paid. If you wanted to have support reviewed, you could file a motion or request a support review if it hasn't been reset in 3 years.
Says that I drove her there, but I never stepped foot in the house, which the witnesses, I have 3 witnesses on there stating that I didn't.
All right. We'll take up file 2016-54313, Brittany Plotz and Julian Howe. The matter was set for a show cause, and both parties are here via Zoom. And Ms. Heavens here from friend of the court. Ms. Heavens, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. The plaintiff, Brittany Plotz, has a monthly support obligation of $92 child support, $36 medical support, for a total of $128 a month, with $50 ordered on arrears. She currently owes the defendant $184, the state $111.16, fees $550, total owing $845.16. Last payment received was a $1,200 bond payment on March 10th, 2023, $200 December 16th, 2022, a $525 bond payment July 19th, 2022. She does have prior contempts.
All right. And ma'am, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes.
Yes. All right. And so you haven't been making payments again here on a regular basis. Why is that?
Well, we're moving out by the 25th, so like it's been, and then I go to jail on the 13th, so it's kind of been, I haven't been able to make no money or nothing.
What are you going to jail for?
Well, something I didn't even do, but they're trying to get me for larceny. But I have to do 90 days in probation and stuff.
So they're trying to get you for it? So you must have been found guilty or pled guilty?
I pled no contest. I brought her there, and I think it's because that I drove her there, but I never stepped foot in the house, which the witnesses, I have 3 witnesses on there stating that I did neighbors and stuff.
Right, but so you were charged as an accomplice?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they got me for larceny in a building.
Oh boy. 90 days, huh?
Yeah.
When you get it, so when's that start?
June 13th, I have court, and I go to jail then.
So July, August, September, minus about 15 days. So you get out at the end of August, probably?
Yeah, I think so.
You got a job lined up to start in September?
My dad actually is, I'm going to be working for him because he's in the middle of getting his contracting license. And so hopefully by the time I get out, he'll have that. So that way he said I can come work for him. But other than that, no, I don't.
So you should be able to make payments starting in September then?
Yeah. We all been packing and stuff. We have to be out by the 25th here, so. And I literally, we just started packing a week ago.
Okay. All right. Mr. Howe, anything you wanted to say?
Yeah. Why is their child support so low? Because I pay like $200 a month, $300 a month for one kid.
I don't know. This is a hearing to determine why it's not being paid. If you wanted to have support reviewed, you could file a motion or request a support review if it hasn't been reset in 3 years.
It hasn't.
All right, I think they need that request for a support review in writing then. If it hasn't been set in 3 years, you have the automatic right to review. They usually send paperwork out that you can respond to that will initiate a review.
All right, I was just asking that question because I'm paying almost $300 a month for one kid.
Yeah,
Here,
well, based on income. So if you have a greater income than Ms. Plotz, then that could be part of it.
And that's a different
I'm only
too,
making
probably.
$6 an hour.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Income they have for support.
You would need to file a motion because you've had a review and your last one was in 2021. Your next is notice will be April of 2024.
All right. I was just asking that one question.
All right. At this time, I'll find Ms. Plotz in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 90 days will be suspended with a $1,000 bond. Ma'am, you need to make payments starting in September after you're released from jail. Pay each and every month as ordered to avoid having that sentence imposed. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand that. I should have my dad is gonna be in my husband's H&R taxes back for him, so I know that he's gonna be able to pay some of it off then too while I'm in jail.
All right, good. There's a $100 contempt fine. Other than that, you should be all set.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and Ms. Moreno, for your benefit, they have so many cases that in this type of case, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you call and say I'm not getting payments, that moves your case up for enforcement proceedings, the show cause and things like that. Okay.
And that's what I did with this last check that I got from Best Buy. I sent as much as I could. Like I have bills to pay and stuff, and I know I have an obligation to make those payments. I sent what I could.
Sure.
So how many other bills are you $4,500 behind on?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
All right. We'll take up file 2013-52045, Sabrina Marino and Conrad Whitney, and both are here via Zoom. And this is the date and time set for hearing on Mr. Whitney's motion. Ms. Evans also here from friend of the court. Swear both parties in, both raise your right hands. You both swear or affirm any testimony you give in this cause to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ma'am, did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And sir, what led you to file the motion?
So back when I was last, when my child support was last revised, I was making $18 an hour, and now I'm not making that. I'm making around 15 part-time, so I just wanted to get it revised because I was working full-time when I was getting 18.
Okay. And that was, and what, that was 2 years ago? About a year and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
2-3 years ago.
All right. And where were you working then?
I was working for Dish.
Where are you working now?
Best Buy.
What led to you changing jobs to a lower paying job?
It was work from home, Dish was, and it was during COVID. And after COVID, I just really didn't want to sit in the house all day.
So you took a job making less money?
Yeah. 10 hours a day at my computer was not fun.
Gordon is going to want lunch.
Huh?
Gordon wants lunch. What am I supposed to do with that information?
No.
So the last calculation from 2020, I show the income used that was put in was actually the minimum wage at that time, $9.65 for 40 hours a week. At that time, you reported $11.50 an hour, working 16 hours a week. So you were imputed.
Wait, when was that? I'm sorry.
In 2020.
That was at Meyer. But after
last
Meyer.
uniform child support order.
All right. I talked to somebody at front of the court when I got the job at Dish.
Mm-hmm.
And because that was the only time, like, normally I would just implement my, on the website, I would go to where it says add income withholdings, and I would implement it on the website. That was the only time I called somebody and actually told them about, like, where I was working over the phone, and it was at Dish. I don't know if that was implemented. I wasn't making minimum wage then. And
We
I know
don't,
that for
we don't
sure.
we don't adjust your support just because you change a job unless someone motions it in or it's time for a review.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I was just hoping to get it looked at.
I can look at it. I can guarantee it's not going to go down.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you're making $5 an hour more now than you were then, with the potential for having it run at a higher wage for a job that you voluntarily quit. It's your motion. You can withdraw it if you want, or we can crunch the numbers. It's up to you.
I can withdraw. It's okay.
All right. Now, I mean, the other party's on notice now that support would likely go up if it was reviewed, so she could file her own motion if she wishes. But you do have the right to withdraw the motion that you filed. So with that, I'll consider the motion withdrawn, and the current order would remain in effect. All right.
Okay. Yep.
All right. We're all set for today.
He does have one more hearing at 2:30.
All right. I'll log back in at 2:30 and find you.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Ma'am, you understand what's going on?
Yeah, I do, but I actually didn't find out this hearing, like, through him. Like, I know when you file a motion, you're supposed to send the paperwork, and I didn't get anything. I just randomly called yesterday, and then they told me about it. So she told me to make sure that you knew about that.
We sent all the information. We sent it to Virginia as well. Virginia got hers. It was all sent out.
It said it was mailed on May 10th. He's withdrawing his motion anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess so. But is there anything I can do about, because she's 11 years old and he's never, ever paid consistently her whole entire life. Like, even when it was $100 a month.
Anything you can do to have the first?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I see you are about 4,500 behind. Have you not been making your monthly payments?
I've been making as much as I could. I like with Best Buy, I actually enjoy this job. I've been picking up shifts regularly. I've been enjoying it. But I mean, it's been a busy few years.
Well, okay. It's $212 a month, and you paid $50 so far this month. Didn't pay anything in April. You paid about $50 in March. Or wait, you made a couple payments in March. You met the obligation in March.
August of 2021 was the last time he paid the full support. The $226 plus some on arrears.
So a year and a half since you paid the full amount. You know, what's going on? You quit a job making $18 an hour full time that enabled you to meet your obligations to take a lesser paying job. If you can still make ends meet, you know, I guess that's fine, even though I may not use that wage if I did run support in the future. However, if you can't meet your obligations, that was a poor decision.
Yeah, I mean,
Not-
I just started this job, so I mean, I get paid next week. You guys, I got notice that income withholdings are going to be happening. It didn't happen with my first paycheck, so I sent out what I could because it was a small check. It was only 1 week's worth of pay.
If you're making $18 an hour full time, why weren't you paying the $212 every month?
I set it up to where it would get withdrawals from my paycheck. I called the friend of the court. I set that up. They asked me where the headquarters for Dish was so they could send the paperwork. And
So Ms. Hutton, those payments weren't made?
No, there's no, what was Dish under? Because I don't see an income withholding order for Dish ever.
I can't remember where Dish, I don't remember. I just know it was Dish Network. I called.
Is that Axiom?
I don't think so.
When was this? What year?
2020. It was 2021.
Ecosphere?
Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find out what Dish is under.
There's Ecosphere, Wild Wild West Tobacco, and unemployment in 2021. We had Walgreens and in 22, Murphy Oil.
It must have been the one before the Wild Wild West.
Ecosphere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that went out in April of 21. And how long were you there?
A few months.
And that could be part of the problem because it takes time. If we don't get it to them quick, it can take 2 to 4 weeks before they even get it on their system.
I got no.
So you have a responsibility if it doesn't come out of your check to make sure it gets paid and to keep in touch and until it gets to that point where it's coming out like it should.
And that's what I did with this last check that I got from Best Buy. I sent as much as I could. Like I have bills to pay and stuff, and I know I have an obligation to make those payments. I sent what I could.
Sure.
So how many other bills are you $4,500 behind?
Anyway. All right, check me out. Hey, kill it off for me. Let's end this. I'm about to end this man's whole career. What career? But I'm not a rapper. What career? Look. You got a point right here. It is. Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop. Boom. Pow.
Not any.
How many of those other bills, if you don't pay them, could end up with you going to jail?
None.
Okay, so you need to make this one a priority.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that much. It's based on minimum wage. You were making twice that for some period of time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse for not having made those payments.
Can I ask a question? You guys have is there any way you guys can look to make sure that the Best Buy is going to come out of the check?
We send it. It's up to your company to respond and take it out. So it has been sent but not accepted they haven't sent us a response.
Okay, I got an email. It says ADP garnishment wage notice. I don't know if I can hold this up to the screen and you guys can see.
Tell you how much is going to come out. Are you paid weekly, bi-weekly?
I'm paid bi-weekly.
So it looks like maybe bi-weekly you should have $143.22 coming out.
Okay.
Is that what it tells you?
It doesn't say anything.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
Hold on. I can.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. I just got 2 of them because of obviously the 2 cases.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you'll just want to monitor that through your, I imagine you have an online where you can log into your ADP and see. So if you don't see it coming out like it's supposed to, you need to make up the difference and probably contact your payroll and make sure they don't need something. And if they do, you can call us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. I guess we're all set for today. You need to make sure those payments are made. Do you have other income in the house that you rely on in addition to your income?
Well, I have my wife's, but I'll pay like utilities. The utilities that are in my name, I'll pay. And then she pays the utilities that are in her name, and she makes the mortgage payment of the house. And yeah.
All right. Well, you got to understand, I don't care where the money comes from.
Yeah.
If it's not paid, you're the one that's facing jail time.
Okay.
I know it's not her obligation legally, but if she works enough or makes enough that allows you to work part-time for $15 an hour, and you don't have enough to pay it on your own, then it's got to come out of her money.
Right.
Unless she doesn't care if you go to jail or not. Because,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the bottom line. You've been a poor payer. You're $4,500 behind on a $200 a month obligation. That's a lot of missed payments.
Mm-hmm.
And if that continues, Ms. Evans on notice now that the matter be set for enforcement proceedings.
Okay.
That can not only result in potential jail time, but a contempt fine of $100. It can result in your license being suspended, your passports being suspended, things like that. All right.
But that's the enforcement's not going to happen, right? Because I have right now, because I have the employment and payments are going to be coming through.
I don't think it's been initiated. Doesn't sound like, but
No, I think you got a break because we've been short-staffed. So it's not been, and you've had an employer, so it's maybe been missed up until now.
yeah.
But now that I've stated that I got the income withholding notice, it's not going to be put into effect.
As long as we see your monthly support paid as it's supposed to.
Okay.
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 Yep.
All right. And Ms. Moreno, for your benefit, and they have so many cases that in this type of case, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you call and say I'm not getting payments, that moves your case up for enforcement proceedings, the show cause and things like that. Okay. All right. And as I told you, just because I'm dismissing his motion today doesn't mean you can't address support in your own motion.
Okay.
All right. We're all set for today. Sir, don't hang up. The other party in your other case is logged in, so we'll just start that one now.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Ms. Marino, you're all set. Yeah.